Hello artists, today we're looking at how to put light and dark areas onto the lips, highlights and lowlights in order to show the form to make them pop out and look realistic. The colours I'm using are not realistic, that's because we're going to be looking at a group of artists called the Expressionists, capital E, Expressionists. A group of artists who made paintings, portraits that were more about emotions and feelings and impact rather than being true to life. We are going to look at making our lips quite realistic to start off with though, so this is how we do it. You will have followed the guide that we looked at last time using the equilateral triangle and the circles, and I'm going to use this drawing to get you started working towards this. So let's first of all look at the darkest part of the lips, and I'm not going to use any black at all. Black can be a very deadening colour. If you use it with other colours, it can drain them. So I'm going to use a very dark blue, and I'm going to draw out, this is oil pastel I'm using, and I am actually going to draw over chalk and charcoal. You can do that as long as you haven't put too much on there. This is the set that I'm using, quite a cheap basic school set, perfectly good for this. So first of all I'm going to do the line between the lips. This is the darkest area, and I'm using my very dark blue for that. Now, which part of the lips is next darkest? Usually you'll find, because of your light source coming from above, the top lip is slightly darker than the bottom one, unless you're doing a horror story and you're holding a light underneath your chin. But in that case the top lip will be highlighted because the plane comes like this. So let's just do a quick sketch to show you that. So here I have a very basic drawing of some lips. Okay, you see that lips? Now the plane goes like this way, this way, this way, and this way. So when you are, every mark that you make on your lips should be remembering that this is the direction that you are going in. This way, this way, this way, this way. So I'm going to start putting in some slightly darker areas on my lips, and I'm going to use kind of a mid-tone. That's another key word. Let's write that. Mid-tone. So it's in the middle of the tonal range. It's not very dark and it's not very light. I'm choosing a purple for that. And can you see that I'm following the curve of my circle? So I've left them in to help me. And I'm going to put some in on the bottom lips. Your lips are very, very muscular. And even if you're not old, you will have lots of lines in them, even if they're not dry and cracked. You'll see, look, if you look in the mirror, you'll see lots of lines in them. So, dark area, you will often get a bit of shadow from the top lip, just below that line where your lips meet when no light can get in. And again, every mark that I'm making is flowing in those directions, following these circles. You have a very strong muscle here, and a lot of people have this bit bulging out. This here, just above the nose, is called the philtrum, and people often have a dip here. And this is called the philtrum, as I say, and that's another key word. Getting a bit technical now. Oh, I spelled that wrong. Philtrum, like start from the name Philip. Okay. So you'll often have a bit of shadow there as well. It took took me about half an hour, 40 minutes to do the other drawing. I'm not going to make a video that's 30 minutes because it's too boring to watch. If you just remember your curves, and here's a common mistake to avoid, okay? A lot of people, when they draw the corners of the lips, they'll do something like this. They'll give them kind of like a joker, kind of sharp corner. No, you don't want a sharp corner. What happens is it's actually a very gentle dip where the flesh, almost like a dimple, and then it blends into the flesh of the face. Okay. Some people's will be more distinct than others. We're just drawing generic lips here. So we've looked at lowlights, okay, and now we're going to look a little bit at highlights. So you'll often find that the highlights occur on this part of the lip as it curves out from under the shadow of the top lip, and you'll often have lighter area above the lips here. I'm going to use a lighter tone. It's not the lightest area. So sometimes this area here will be quite dark, following the curve. And then you'll get some highlights kind of around here. And similar on the other side as well. Eventually I'll get rid of those circles as I keep putting my colour over. You'll also have underneath the lip here, you will have a darker area. So I think that covers everything. You just keep at it. It can take quite a long time to start to bring that form out. Just remember the direction of movement, and that's it. I'll show you the original again, to show you where we're headed. You don't have to use purples and blues, you can do reds and greens or rose and oranges, whatever works for you. Or you can do realistic colours too if you want. Okay, thank you. We will look at expressionists next time.